In your star, let's write down sum and difference. Guys, please stop. Sum and difference. Daniel, you can look for your pencil without talking. All right, does anybody remember what sum means? Good. Sum means to add. What does difference mean? To subtract. So write that down on your paper so you have that to look at. All right, Andrew, read number 1. Okay, so we're talking about two numbers. Do we know what those two numbers are? Those two numbers give us -12 and they give us -8, but do we know what the two numbers are to begin with? So we're going to let one be x and the other one be y. So when it says sum, you're going to put a plus sign, and it says sum of two numbers. I don't know what those are, so I put x and y. I put x and y. Andrew, what do I put for is? What does is mean? Equals. So equals -12. Equals -12. Bishop, what does difference mean to do? So I put a subtraction sign. When it says their difference, it's talking about the x and y again. X and y. Okay? Daniel, what does it say their difference is? -8. So I put equals -8. All right, Chad, is this a plug it in, or a multiply, multiply, cancel, cancel? Good. All right, Monica, what is the first thing on the multiply, multiply, cancel, cancel? What does that poster say to check first? All right, Monica, will anything right here go ahead and cancel? What cancels? A positive with a negative. It have to be the same. These are both ones. Monica, will +1 cancel out -1? Yes. So I draw my line. Gracie, what symbol do I put out here? A plus. Haley, what do I do next? What do you get right here? Sorry, what happens to +1 and -1? Cancels. They cancel out. Dylan, -12, what do I have to do with it? Which gives you what? Very good. Ethan G, what do I do next? And so x is -10, and I do have to plug it back in. All right, Joey, help me plug it into this top one. What do I write? Good job, Joey. Perfect. All right, Chuck, what happens there? Good. I multiply these. Andrea, what do I do next? Good. It becomes positive. And Tamara? Divide, and so you get y is -2. So those are the two numbers that it's talking about. -10 and -2 are the two numbers that it was talking about in the beginning. Okay. Anybody have a question? You good? Okay. All right. Number 2. Daniel, read this one.
Whose sum is 33. The difference of 3 times the daughters and wives thieves.
Good. So I read the first sentence. Find the numbers whose sum is 33. Chad, how do you think I would do that part? How do I set that up? Numbers whose sum is 33. What's sum mean to do? Add, so I'll put a plus. Very good, Chad. X plus y equals 33. So that's what it means by the sum, the numbers whose sum is 33. Okay? All right. For the next one, it says the difference. Gracie, what do I put for difference? What symbol? So I put a minus right here. All right, guys, look up here, please. Look up here real quick. So difference means I put a minus, okay? But then it says 3 times the larger. I don't know what the larger is. I put 3x right here. I put 3x because it said 3 times the larger. I don't know what the larger is. Then it says twice the smaller. What does twice mean? 2. So I have to put a 2 here. I don't know what the smaller one is, but I have to use a different letter. What letter do you think I'm going to use? Y. And then anytime I see is, I put equals. Okay. All right. Ethan G, is this a plug it in or a multiply, multiply, cancel, cancel? All right. Tamara, how do we do it if it's multiply, multiply, cancel, cancel? How do we do it if it's multiply, multiply, cancel, cancel? What do I got to do? All right, I need a negative and a positive. Do these go ahead and cancel? Do these cancel? All right, what can I do to make something cancel? Around which one? Okay, let's see if I need it around both or not. Is there anything I can multiply 1 by to make it that? What? So I only need it around the top one. Should it be positive 3 or negative 3 out there, Tamara? Negative. Okay? Because negative 3 will cancel with a positive 3. Okay? All right, Chuck, what am I going to do with this negative 3? Times it by everything. So that gives me negative 3x, negative 3y, and negative 99. You may use a calculator today. Bishop, what symbol do I want you to put out here? Good. All right, Zaria, what's 3x and negative 3x? Positive 3 and negative 3. They cancel. Positive 3 and a negative 3 cancel. All right, Monica, what else do I need to do? What symbol do I have out there on the left? A plus, so I'm adding them. So I got to add negative 2y and negative 3y. Haley, what else do I got to do? All right, so that gives me 70. And Andrea? And what does that give us? Good. All right, Andrew, help me plug it back in. What do I write? That's fine. I know what you're saying.
Plus 1, parentheses, negative 14y.
Yep, I don't put the y because I know it was. Daniel, what do I do next up there that I have in black? Okay, Joey, what do I do next? Not yet. Don't divide yet. What moves? All right, so I add it. And then Dylan? Is that what y'all got? All right, Monica, read that one for us. Good. Dylan, how do I do the difference of two numbers is 9? How do I write that? Good. When it says two numbers, it's just talking about x and y. Okay. For the next one, Andrea, it says the difference. So what do I go ahead and put down? Plus or minus? All right, so difference means I put a minus. So for difference, I put a minus. It says the first number. What letter do I put for the first number? What letter do I put here? X. How do I write twice the second number? What do I put right here? Hey, shh. And then it says is 5. Good. Okay. All right, Monica, help me out with this one. Does anything cancel? These are both positive ones, so they don't cancel. I need one to be a what? What can I multiply positive one by to make it a negative one? Negative one. Okay. You can multiply the top one by negative one or the bottom. It doesn't matter. Chuck, help me out. What do I get when I multiply this bottom one by negative 1? Good. All right. Mark that one out. All right, Tamara, help me out from here. Flash what? Which ones? Okay. Tell me about right here. What happens here? Okay. And then Chad? All right, Ethan G., what happens next? All right, Haley, help me plug it back in. Okay, do I know what y is? So I don't write y, I just write 4, okay? Equals 9. I don't put the y down. Okay, Andrew, what do you do next? Move 4 to the other side and add it. All right, and Bishop, how do I finish that problem right there? So divide by 1, so x is 13. Okay. All right, number 4, the difference of two numbers is 9. The first number is 3 more than twice the smaller number. Find the numbers. Okay, Daniel, help me out with this first sentence. The difference of two numbers is 9. Good. All right, guys, up here for the second sentence. Look up here, please. Look up here. Eyes. I need eyes. It says the first number is. What does is mean there's going to be?
Equals.
An equals. But before the equals, what am I going to put for the first number? Do I know what the first number is?
One of them.
One of them. Which one should we put, X or Y?
X.
X. So I have to put an X here. The first number, we're going to let that be X, and is equals. What does it say after the equals? 3, so I'll put a 3. More than, plus, twice, the smaller number. Good, 2y. Okay? All right, Gracie, is this a plug it in or a multiply, multiply, cancel, cancel? Very good. It's a plug it in. Chad, where will my parentheses go? Good. And just around the X. Okay, so this is the one where I have to build my frame. I got to build my frame. Andrea, help me build my frame from up here. What would I write? What you did on the quiz, which you got. What do I put right here? Empty set. Then what? Keep going. What's next? Huh? That's going to go in here. 3 plus 2y. What goes out here? Doing it from right here. Here's my frame. So those are my parentheses. Then what? So that's the one that's my frame, and I'm plugging in 3 plus 2y. Okay. Andrew, what do I do next? Good. You put a 1 out here, and you times it by 1. Good. Gracie, what do you get when you times that by 1? Get a 3 plus 2y, and you're going to drop this one down. Haley, what would I do next? What's moving over? Uh-huh. So I subtract 3, that gives me 6. And Bishop, what do you get right here? Good. 1y. And Daniel. And so y is 6. Okay? All right, Monica, the best place to plug this one in is the one that's solved for. So what do I write right there? Very good. Okay? Do parentheses first. Tamara, what's 2 times 6? Plus 3. Very good. So x is 15. Okay. All right. Number 5 is the last one. So the difference of 2 numbers. Tamara, how do you do the difference of 2 numbers? Subtract what? What do I write? What are we using for the 2 numbers? What letters? So I do x what? Very good. So x minus y equals 5. Okay? All right, now I'm going to go here, and I'm going to do it in order. It says the first number, all right? And I know it says is right here, and that's a little confusing, but we're actually not going to put an equals there. The first number, what letter are we doing for the first number? What letter? X. It says it is decrease. So the is kind of goes with the decrease. What does decrease mean to do? What's decrease mean to do? Subtract 3 times the smaller number. So we got to use a different letter. What are we going to use for it? Y. So 3y. And then it says the result is -3. So I put? All right, Chuck, how did you start this? What did you do? Around which one? Okay, and what did you put outside the top one? What? Very good. This is a positive one, and that's a positive one, so I need one of them to be -1. Good job, Chuck. All right, so after I do that, Joey, what do you get when you multiply each one of these by -1? Negative or positive 5? Negative times a positive. Negative. Okay? All right. Ethan G., what happens here? And so I get -2y equals -8. And Tamara, what do you do next? Divide. And Andrew, what do you get? y equals 4. Okay? All right, let's see. Haley, help me plug it back in. What would I write? All right, Joey, what would I do next right here? Good job. That's all. What? All right, I'll look at it.